You serious, Sophia? Right here? My voice trembles, but I try to keep it steady. My hands grip the escalator railing by themselves, cold metal digging into my skin. Sophia stands one step above me, her heels tapping rhythmically. She doesn't even turn around. Her Gucci bag swings gently from her shoulder, and her hair, perfectly styled as if she just left a salon, is slightly ruffled by the air conditioning draft. And where else, Artyom? At home? So you can start yelling again and throwing plates? Her voice is ice cold, yet there's a hint of mockery in it. She adjusts the bracelet on her wrist, the very same one I gave her for our 10th anniversary. I feel blood pounding in my temples. The shopping center buzzes, clinking dishes from the cafe, children's laughter, rustling bags. But all this noise fades away for me. There's only her. And her words that I've heard 5 minutes ago at the fountain. 5 years, Sophia. 5. With my best friend. Do you have any idea what you've done? I'm almost shouting now, and some woman pushing a stroller turns around, frowning. I don't care. Finally, Sophia turns her head. Her eyes, green like seawater in Crimea, where we went during our first year of marriage, look at me tiredly. Not guilty, though. That's what's infuriating most. Do you understand how tired I am of pretending? She speaks softly, but each word hits hard. Tired of your endless later, of your promises that never come true. Did you even live with me, Artyom? Or did you just sleep next to me? We reach the second floor landing, and I grab her elbow. She wriggles free like a cat trying to escape capture. Don't touch me, she hisses, and there's more than anger in her voice. It's defiance, too. You've ruined everything, Sophia. Everything. I can't hold back anymore. People around us glance over. Someone slows down their pace. Did you ever think about me once? About us? Or were you just happy twisting around with that slime ball in a 100,000 ruble suit? Her lips curl into a bitter smile, almost venomous. Slime ball? You mean Misha? Do you know he actually listened to me? Asked how my day was instead of whining about reports and traffic jams. I'm choking on her words. They cut through me like a knife she's slowly turning in my chest. Misha, my close friend and work partner. The guy who signed off on my reports for 5 years patted me on the shoulder saying, "Good job, Artyom, hang in there." The guy who, apparently, spent those same 5 years sleeping with my wife. I'm called Artyom. I'm 42. An ordinary guy, really. Raised in a panel block on Moscow's outskirts, Dad was a bus driver, Mom an accountant. Met Sophia at university. She was like a ray of sunlight, bright, bold, smiling so much it made me want to live. Back then, I wrote poems, dreamed big dreams, while she laughed that I'd become another Yesenian. We got married 3 years after graduation. I landed a job at a construction company, junior manager first, later promoted to senior. Work devoured time greedily. When I came home, I felt wrung out like a lemon, but Sophia always waited. Dinner, her laugh, her warm hands, that was my salvation. She worked at an ad agency but quit when our daughter Mila was born, then stayed home. Said she wanted to be with family. I was proud, my wife my fortress. We managed. Mila grew up, I labored. Sophia kept house tidy. It looked perfect. Like yogurt commercials. But something changed. Not immediately, but gradually, like a crack spreading across glass year after year. Sophia became colder. Smiled less. Fell silent at dinner. I thought it was fatigue, routine, Mila's teenage rebellion. I tried harder, took overtime shifts so we could go to Turkey, buy new furniture, pay for Mila's tutors. But her eyes, they no longer sparkled. Misha entered my life 7 years ago. Polished, perfectly groomed, speaking as if every sentence was a book quote. I respected him. He was strict but fair. Promoted me to senior manager, praised my projects. Sometimes he'd invite me to his dacha, barbecue, wine, talks about life. Sophia joined us. I didn't notice anything strange. She laughed at his jokes, and I was glad my wife liked my friend. What a fool. Now we're standing near a jewelry store window in the mall. Sophia looks at rings, but I know it's just an excuse not to meet my gaze. I can't stop myself. Words fly out uncontrollably like bullets. So you're going to leave him now? Move into his mansion while I haul alimony for Mila? She spins sharply, nearly knocking over a stand with earrings. Don't drag Mila into this. Her voice quivers, and I see her lips tightening to prevent herself from screaming. Do you think I don't love her? Think it was easy all these years? Easy? I almost laugh, but it's bitter, coffee without sugar. Was it easy sleeping with him while I busted my ass buying your clothes and spa treatments? Her cheeks flush red. She takes a step toward me, and I catch the scent of her perfume. It's the same fragrance she wore on our wedding day. It's like being punched in the gut. Do you honestly believe it's about clothes? She says quietly, but each word burns like hot needles. I wanted you to see me, Artyom. Not a housewife, not Mila's mother, but me. A woman. But you simply stopped looking. I stay quiet because deep inside, I'm just a tired man who forgot how to hold her hand for no reason. Who believed money and stability equaled love. And did Misha look? My voice sounds dull, as if coming from underwater. Did he give you what I couldn't? Sophia averts her gaze. For the first time since we've started talking, she seems lost. Her fingers toy with her purse strap, and I notice they're shaking. He was different, she finally admits. But that doesn't mean I didn't love you. I just got confused. Confused? I snap again, drawing attention from teenagers nearby. 5 years, Sophia. You're not confused. You're betraying me. She jerks as if slapped. Then tears fill her eyes. For the first time today, I see pain, not coldness or anger in them. What about you? She whispers. You betrayed me when you stopped being the person I fell in love with. Where's the Artyom who sang songs under guitar strings? Who promised to love me regardless of anything? Later, we're sitting at a table in the corner. Coffee steams before me, untouched. Sophia ordered water. Her glass has droplets forming on its surface, as if crying for her. Between us lies silence. I don't want a divorce, Sophia says quietly. I stare at her. At her fine wrinkles around her eyes, at the strand of hair that's escaped her hairstyle. She is still beautiful. Still mine. But not completely. But I don't know how to trust you. I reply truthfully. You broke everything, Sophia. How do I forget that you've been lying to my face for 5 years? She nods, agreeing. But then raises her eyes, and there's determination in them. Then let's try not to forget, but to understand, she suggests. I'm not asking for forgiveness, Artyom. I know I don't deserve it. But I want Mila to have a family. And I still want to be with you. If you'll also want it. I remain silent, because I don't know what I want. Anger still boils within me, but beneath it lurks something else. Love? Habit? Hope? I'm unsure. I need time, I say eventually. And so do you. She nods. Then does something unexpected. Reaches across the table and touches my hand. Her fingers are cold, yet warm simultaneously. Just like her. I'll wait, she says. And smiles. A genuine smile, not the poisonous grin from the escalator. The kind I remember from our early dates. A month later. Sophia and I haven't divorced. Yet. Mila knows nothing, and hopefully will never find out. I've resigned. Misha stared at me in surprise when I placed my resignation letter on his desk. Didn't mention Sophia. Neither did I. But his gaze, he knew I knew. Now I work elsewhere. Lower salary, but I return home earlier. Sometimes, when Sophia cooks dinner, I hug her from behind. Just like that. No reason. She jumps initially, but then laughs. In that laughter lies hope. I don't know whether I've forgiven her. Maybe I'll never forgive her. But I'm learning to see her again. Not as a housewife, not as Mila's mother, but as Sophia. As the woman I used to love. And maybe still do. 3 months later, the door slams shut, and I hear Sophia taking off her shoes in the hallway. Her steps are light, but somehow uncertain, as if afraid to make too much sound. I sit on the couch, TV murmuring something about weather, but I'm not listening. Mila is at a friend's place studying for exams. The house is quiet except for the ticking kitchen clock marking time like a pulse. Artyom. Her voice comes from the corridor, and instantly I sense something's wrong. She wouldn't call me like that unless it wasn't just about dinner or utility bills. I rise and walk towards her. She stands by the mirror in the hall, fixing her hair, but her movements are sharp, almost twitchy. Her coat, beige, which she loves so much, is still on her shoulders, as if she couldn't decide to take it off. "What happened?" I ask calmly, although my insides are boiling. Something heavy, like a stone, begins stirring in my chest. Sophia turns. Her green eyes, like the sea in Crimea, stare at me, but not directly, rather sideways. She bites her lip, and I see her hands nervously rubbing her purse strap. "I saw Misha," she says quietly, almost whispering. 3 simple words that shatter the thin layer of hope I've built these past few months. I freeze. Don't even know what to say. "He called yesterday. Wanted to talk. I agreed. We met today. At a cafe near his office." "And what?" My voice rasps, sounding old and hoarse. "Talked? Hugged over coffee? Or jumped straight into his car?" Her expression changes abruptly. "Don't start, Artyom. Please." Her voice trembles, and I watch her clutch her purse tightly. I didn't intend to hide anything. I went there to end the story. To tell him it's over. That I want to be with you. I laugh harshly, bitterly, as if spitting out something unpleasant. "And did you manage to finish it?" I stare at her, feeling like I'm seeing her for the first time. It's not my Sophia, not my wife, not Mila's mom, but some other woman who keeps breaking my heart again. She looks away, and that's enough. I already know the answer, but I still want to hear it. Want to hear her say it out loud. "Sophia, what did you do?" I ask angrily. I don't even know," she whispers softly. "We talked for so long, and he looked at me, Artyom. He listened to me. And I felt needed. For the first time in years. It feels like the floor is slipping from under my feet. Like someone just pulled the rug right out from beneath me." "You went back to him," I state flatly. "It's not a question, it's fact." Bitter as medicine that doesn't cure anything. She shakes her head slightly, but it's too weak for me to believe. "No, not exactly." Her voice cracks. "I don't know, Artyom. I'm lost." I turn and walk into the kitchen. "Artyom, don't leave me. I love you." Her voice breaks, and I can hear her crying behind me. I stop by the window. Outside, Moscow stretches on, the lights, cars, life going on while mine crumbles apart. "If you really love me, why'd you go back to him again?" I ask quietly. Her mouth opens, but no words come out. Her hands fall limply down, like she's giving up. In this moment, I realize she has chosen. Maybe not fully or consciously, but she chose. A week later. Cafe on Arbat Street. I'm sitting across from Misha. He set up the meeting himself, texted me. We need to talk. I agreed, though everything inside screamed it was a mistake. But I'm tired of running from the truth. He looks his usual self. Expensive suit, perfect haircut, easy smile, one-eyed punch if I could. Today, however, there's something different about his eyes. I'm seated on a bench, Mila next to me, scrolling through her phone, but glancing up at the water now and then. Her dark hair, just like Sophia's, dances gently in the breeze. She rarely talks about her mom, but I know she thinks about her. Often. My phone buzzes in my pocket. Pulling it out, I see the name, Sophia. My heart clenches, but not as hard as before. I hesitate, then press answer. Artyom? Her voice is soft, but there's something new there. Fatigue? Sadness? Where are you now? In the park, with Mila. I reply evenly. Mila raises her head, eyebrows furrowed, but stays quiet. What's wrong? Pause. I hear Sophia sigh deeply, gathering strength. Can we meet? Talk? She asks hesitantly, almost pleadingly. There's something I need to tell you. I glance at Mila. She feigns returning to her phone screen, but I know she's listening. At 16, she understands far more than I give her credit for. Fine, I say finally. Come to the park. We're by the river, near that old willow tree. Thank you, Artyom. Sophia whispers, her voice quivering. I'll be there soon. Half an hour later, she walks towards us, visible from afar. A new coat, dark green, hair loose, slightly tousled by the wind. She looks different. Not polished, not confident. Broken somehow. Mila notices her approach, but doesn't move. Only grips her phone tighter. Malachka. Sophia smiles weakly, stopping a few steps short of our bench. How are you, sweetheart? Fine. Mila answers curtly, keeping her gaze fixed downward. Her tone is cold, and I see Sophia flinch, as if struck. Sophia. I rise to break the silence. You said you had something important to discuss. Let's hear it. She looks at me, those same sea green eyes glistening with tears. But she holds firm. Fidgets nervously with her bag strap, just like 6 months ago in the shopping mall. I left Misha. She finally manages, her voice cracking. Last week. I couldn't keep living like this any longer. I remain silent. Mila lifts her head, her eyes widening, but remains quiet. Sophia continues, speaking quickly, fearful that if she stops, she might lose momentum altogether. I thought he'd give me what I lacked. Her words tumble out like leaves falling all around us. But I was wrong, Artyom. He was attentive, sure, but only when it suited him. All I ever thought about was you. About Mila. How we were a family. A family? Mila suddenly stands up, her voice shaking with rage. You abandoned us, Mom. Left us for that guy, and now you're coming back expecting everything to be normal? Malachka, I know I'm guilty. Sophia speaks rapidly, her voice breaking. I'm not asking you to forgive me immediately, but I want to be part of your life. Be your mom again. If you'll allow me. Mila stares at her, and I see tears welling up in her eyes. She presses her lips tightly shut, afraid the words might escape unbidden. You didn't even call, she whispers eventually. For half a year, Mom. Not a single call, not a message. Now you're here and what? Am I supposed to hug you and forget everything? Sophia covers her face with her hands, sobbing openly. For the first time since all this began, I see her raw, without masks, defenses. Just a woman who lost everything and knows it. I'm not expecting you to forget, she says, lowering her hands. Her face is wet, but she doesn't avert her gaze from Mila. I want to earn your trust back. Yours and Artyom's. If you give me another chance. Mila turns away, shoulders shaking. I know she's crying, but doesn't want us to see. I place my hand on her shoulder, and she doesn't pull away. That's progress. Artyom. Sophia looks at me, hope flickering faintly in her eyes. I'm not asking you to take me back, but I want to be close, even if it's just for Mila's sake. I stay silent. Wind rustles the branches above, waves lap below. Memories flood my mind. How happy we were, how broken we've become. Could it be we're not completely lost after all? We'll think about it, I respond finally. But don't expect it to be easy. Or quick. She nods, lips twitching in a feeble smile. I wasn't hoping for easy, she murmurs. Just want to try. Mila suddenly spins around. Eyes red-rimmed, but steady. If you leave again, she begins softly but firmly, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Sophia nods, and I see fresh tears streaming down her cheeks. I won't leave, she promises. I swear. A month later, we're three in the kitchen. Mila cuts apples, Sophia brews coffee. I watch them both, trying to figure out how we got here. It isn't smooth sailing. Mila maintains distance. I still tense whenever I hear footsteps approaching. But we're here. Together. Artyom. Sophia turns to me, smiling cautiously but genuinely. Would you like some coffee? Sure. I nod, surprised at how gentle my voice sounds. Mila snorts, but her lips curl upward. Just don't burn it again, Mom, she teases, and it's the first mom in ages. Sophia chuckles lightly, honestly. I stare at her, at Mila, at our tiny kitchen smelling of coffee and apples. And for the first time in a long time, I sense we're doing more than surviving. We're living. Okay, I say, standing up to grab mugs. Let's try again. But together, Sophia. No secrets. She looks at me, her eyes shining, not with tears, but something else. Hope, maybe. Together, she vows. I promise. And I believe. Not entirely, not instantly. But I do. Because sometimes, to build something new, you have to give the old a second chance.